Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the 9th season for the Walking Dead television series. In this one, we'll do a Q&A as well as a Dead update with all the recent happenings and stuff that's been going on with the Walking Dead lately, starting with us giving our thoughts on some of the cast's dream roles. Right, and these are mostly comic book character related, so superhero related. I'll put the links in the description so you guys can check out these ones for today. So first we had JDM, of course, who plays Negan from The Walking Dead, and he said that he would like to play Lobo. So I think that is a really cool idea for the DC universe. So anybody over at DC who's thinking about maybe in the future having a good villain kind of come in for Justice League or something, I think JDM as Lobo would be absolutely fantastic. That would be awesome to see. But the only problem is if he gets cast, if he gets the, like, he wants to do this, right? It's kind of his dream role, and there's a couple others here too we'll give our thoughts on afterwards. But if he was to get it, if he was to do it, it like kind of begs to question, what about Walking Dead, right? So, but who knows right now for Walking Dead, and maybe that's part of what kind of brought on this kind of discussion for some of the people involved, because The Walking Dead's kind of, a lot of people are kind of thinking right now, like, okay, you know, it's season 9, Andrew Lincoln's gonna leave, you know, like, is this gonna start to wind down? Are they gonna have to start looking for other roles or opportunities afterwards? We'll see. I think it's a little early yet to say that that's the case, but it is kind of cool to hear who would be some characters that some of the cast members would love to play. Because you never know what happens afterwards. You never know who's killed off when and what they could be cast for in the future. So I think that would be a good one because he did play, of course, the comedian in Watchmen, and he was fantastic in that. So I think he's pretty much a shoo-in for Lobo. If they bring him in, I think he'd be basically the best person I can think of because he's got the smile, he's got the Negan, experience, right, from years of playing Negan. And Negan and Lobo are very similar, right? There's a lot of similarities between them. He's got the smile, he's got the dark hair, dark complexion to match with Lobo. So that'd be really cool to see. So who knows, man? I would love to see that personally. So that's the first one. Then the next one is for Norman Reedus, who said that he would like to play either a Ghost Rider or Silver Surfer. So of course it's got to be somebody on a ride, right? It's got to be Ghost Rider or Silver Surfer's got his it's like a galactic surfboard, right? So, so there's that. So I'd like to see him play Ghost Rider more than Silver Surfer. I could really picture Norman Reedus doing, because of Daryl, of course, doing Ghost Rider. That would be kind of cool. And again, we'll have to see what, all the people who have been involved, all the cast and crew that have been involved in the Walking Dead will end up doing eventually afterwards here. Because I'm sure The Walking Dead, for a lot of them, probably won't be their last role in their career. They probably will have stuff afterwards after they're done with The Walking Dead. Chandler Riggs has said that he did, of course, he played Carl in The Walking Dead, obviously, and he did audition for Spiderman, but I guess he didn't get it, or he didn't get a call back after his audition. So that's pretty cool that he at least was able to audition for it. But I'm not sure if that's the Tom Holland cast that he's referring to when Tom Holland was cast for the kind of new Spider-Man, or if it's for something else. Because I'm not sure with all the latest projects they have going for Spider-Man at the time, because they got Venom coming out too, right? But that's different, because now that Marvel's kind of taken it over and everything, and used it for Avengers. So it's okay for him, and it's nothing against him, I think, but it's just the way Spider-Man looks from the comics. If they're able to find somebody who looks, more like it, then even if they don't maybe have as much experience, in terms of the amount of episodes Chandler Riggs had done and everything and exposure, I think he could be an okay Spider-Man, but he just doesn't really look exactly, he doesn't look the same way for a Spider-Man as JDM would look for a Lobo, I'd say. So that's pretty cool, and we have basically 1 month to the start of The Walking Dead Season 9, so I'll be starting to kind of get geared more towards doing more Walking Dead videos with you guys, because we are getting closer to the premiere date. It is premiering early in October this year, so that's very cool. We don't have to wait until like Halloween or something for it to actually premiere this year with Season 9. But of course, the biggest question I think is what Andrew Lincoln is going to do after Walking Dead, right? Because I would tend to think that his career, probably won't be over after The Walking Dead. So if he's leaving this year, then who knows? Maybe he takes a couple years off and he'll probably get bored. I'm not sure if what he wants to do exactly after that, spend some time with his family. But eventually, you might get bored if you're just kind of chilling at home. So we'll see if he eventually decides to take on some other roles. Maybe there'll be UK-related stuff so he can stay, closer to his family or whatever. But I could see him getting some big roles, man. So that's the one that I'm most interested in, finding out after this what his first role is going to be, and if it's going to be in a big budget movie or something. We'll have to see what he wants to do after he's done with Walking Dead. I'm sure he'll have lots of options, and if he auditions for just about anything, I'm sure he'll be highly considered for any role. So looking forward to seeing what they all are going to do after The Walking Dead. Chandler Riggs, of course, and Andrew Lincoln having already left in terms of real world time, really, and then the other two, of course, still in the series. And then we've also got a new casting for The Walking Dead season 9. We have Tammy and Earl. So it's like random kingdom or hilltoppers, not kingdomers, the hilltop people that you're going to see this season probably. So the thing is with Walking Dead, it's always a little bit strange. So you have kind of the survivors of each group, right? And then as you go through the season, sometimes they cast people and they add them to that group, right, as the season turns. So that's something that they can't really avoid doing that. That's not gonna stop either. Each group, as you're going through each season, they're gonna be casting on people that you didn't see in the prior season as part of that group. And it's just kind of like, oh yeah, they were supposed to be there, but we didn't really see them, or maybe they found the hilltop in the meantime or something and kind of moved in. Of course, the link will be in the description to skybound.com, and it's related to something regarding Carl. They're kind of supporting characters, I want to say, in a story arc with Carl, Sophia, and Lydia. So eventually, Lydia after. So of course, 2 out of the 3 of those are dead. So Carl's dead, and Sophia, of course, has been dead forever in the TV series version. So that's going to be weird to see if they use Henry to kind of fill that gap. We'll see what happens. But I mean, just, who knows, man? Who knows? And Ichiro will do some Q&A questions for this one. Sato says, wait, but then Henry doesn't have the missing eye for which attracts Lydia. And that's true. Then in the comic book series, one of the reasons why Lydia likes Carl is because he's like missing the eye. So I don't know if it makes him look more badass to her or something of the sort, but she kind of likes him because of that. And she licks his eye socket, which is quite weird. So unfortunately, Chandler Riggs won't get to act that one out, right? The TV series. But we'll have to see what they do with Henry. So will Henry get a eye shot out too? No, I don't think so. I don't think they'll do something like that or go to that extent. But I think they'll just basically put him in there and just see how it goes. Right, just replace the comic book Carl with Henry and see how people feel about it. Broken Robot 3000 says, for some weird reason, I keep hearing people are leaving The Walking Dead and watching Z Nation, or watching this. It was a Z Nation comment. And I did a video last week on people jumping ship from Walking Dead even before Season 9 has started. And it's very true, man. I've seen that a lot. So check the video out if you didn't see it yet. It's in the channel right now. And it's true, man. A lot of people are kind of dropping Walking Dead right now. So, us more hardcore fans, we're sticking with it. We're trying to go through and, at least, watch the series until it either wraps up or, to the bitter end, right? To the end, right? If the ship's going to sink, then we gotta go down with it, right? That's basically my attitude right now. It's like if people are jumping ship, it's a sinking ship, then we're gonna keep going on this thing until the very end. So hopefully that's not the case. We'll see. But it is true. A lot of people are kind of losing interest in Walking Dead. So we'll have to see where they go or what they want to watch instead. Could Z Nation be a viable option for them if they're not enjoying Walking Dead as much as usual? We'll see. I'll definitely do some reviews this year for Z Nation, at least for a couple of episodes, but yeah, there's really no comparison between the two. I mean, Z Nation is not a threat to The Walking Dead. I mean, it doesn't even get like 1 million viewers an episode, and The Walking Dead, used to be like the teens, like mid-teens, like 15, 11, 12, 13 million viewers a week per episode, and now it's getting around like, under 7 or around 7. So it's still that compared to less than 1 million is, there's just no comparison. The Walking Dead is obviously huge compared to Z Nation. And there were a few for Fear here that I'll just kind of add in a couple, and then we'll wrap up for today. There is a new issue of the Walking Dead comics, so I'll hit you guys with a review soon for that. AJ Haley says, Fear sucks, Trev. Just admit it. It's terrible now. They should have continued it from season 3. It would have been way better, but instead they mutilated it by getting rid of all the original cast. This is kind of spoiler stuff. The entire original cast is not entirely dead, but for anybody who's not caught up for it. So don't worry, it's not too spoilery. Bringing Morgan and making a bunch of snooze fest episodes, leaving all of what season 3 left in the dust. Well, the issue is, the thing is, a lot of it we don't know, because a lot of it's private for Fear. We don't know if they would have continued on going at the rate that it was going at. We know that in season 3, they did a couple, they did a double premiere, double finale, which I tend to think whenever you see a network doing a double premiere, double finale, it kind of feels like they just want to air those episodes fast. They ordered all the episodes and they just want to kind of air them all at once to get them over with. Can I say it's a bad sign? It's not always a bad sign, but in this case with Fear in season 3, I kind of feel like it was. They kind of gave us a lot of Fear in one night, a few times there, which was great. But it almost makes you think maybe Fear was in jeopardy of being canceled. So maybe in a way Morgan saved Fear and Fear was able to continue as a result. I don't know 100%, but yeah, am I going to sit here and say that Fear sucks? No. It definitely the last quarter, I've done videos on this week, has been a weaker quarter for Fear. It's the weakest they've probably done since season 2's second half, probably, you could compare it to. But, I've always felt that Fear had potential to be something really great. It's certainly one of the series I've made the most videos for in the channel over the years. And it's just kind of a shame how it started off with so much hype, and it so quickly kind of dwindled down for Walking Dead fans. I think we all, all of us for Walking Dead fans, we wanted Fear to be something special. We wanted it to be something original. Of course, it had the advantage of not having a comic book series to base it on, so you had no idea where they're going with it, which made it pretty exciting. Yeah, it's just unfortunate kind of the way things went with it. But I'm glad it's still on, and it's kind of Morgan and Friends now, right? Kind of a new series now. But that's okay. It's had some slow parts recently, but I appreciate it. Certainly, if I look at season 3 to the mid-season finale of season 4, I definitely appreciate that as a legitimately great stretch for Walking Dead as a whole. That's it's Walking Dead universe stuff. And I thought the crossover in the first half was really great this year. I thought it was really cool in the way they did it and everything. Maybe not quite as good as the original Walking Dead series, as season 8 or something. But I'm sure there's some of you guys who liked it more than half season of season 8. Maybe you say the first half of Fear the Walking Dead season 4 was better than the second half of season 8. I know a lot of people that were saying that. They're enjoying that more than the original. So I'm not going to say as a whole Fear the Walking Dead sucks. There's things about it for sure that are a bit disappointing, but at least this way Morgan will be able to continue on in the Walking Dead universe. They didn't kill him off in the original series, and we'll have something there versus nothing during the summer, and I appreciate that. So I hope Fear can continue for at least a few more years, because I do enjoy it, and even if it's never going to be as good as the original series, if even at times it has parts of it that are really stand out, that are really good, then I think that's pretty well. So I'd say that Fear it's not a total failure, and I don't think it totally sucks. It's had a few slower episodes recently, but I think that the finale of this year should be pretty good, and I'm also excited to see what it feels like with Morgan at the helm going forward, and how he can carry a show similarly to how Rick did with the original Walking Dead. So I hope that's cool, and I hope that makes sense. And that's not me being disingenuous or lying or anything. That's honestly how I feel. I do agree that it's been a little bit weak lately, and it's sucked a little bit lately. Not too bad, but I get it. A little bit weaker than usual, but I still think that Fear could be regarded as a nice addition to the Walking Dead universe, and we'll see what they can do with this soft reboot version of Morgan and Friends and The Walking Dead. We'll see what happens. That's it. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please don't forget to thumb it up below. Let me know what you think about those cast choices and what you think Andrew Lincoln's next role will be after The Walking Dead. And just let me know what you guys think. I'll see you back soon for a comic book review for The Walking Dead comic book series. And that's it for this one, guys. We'll see you again soon for another. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.